Wow. This is the biggest crowd I've ever had the opportunity to address. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the 129th annual reunion of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. I'm Rick Little, proud member of Secession Camp number 4, and it's an honor to be the chairman of this reunion. The first Confederate Veteran reunion was held here in Charleston in 1899. I hope you've had an opportunity to look at our magazine. Randy Burbage has written a good article. This whole town shut down in honor of those men. We are a remnant. We are the ones who tell the true side of history and what our ancestors went through. Compatriot Lewis Hayes has put together a short video of our Confederate heroes, and I hope you enjoy the video. And I hope the technical problems stop. That really was an awesome video. In 1899, all the opening ceremonies included the doxology. I'd like to bring Compatriot Rob Dillon up, the microphone, and if everyone would please stand and join us in the singing of the doxology.
The convention was called to order at 10 o'clock in the morning by General C. Irvin Walker on behalf of South Carolina, wrapping on the table with that gavel that had been used in the Secession Convention of 1860. Then, after several hours of welcomes, prayers, and musical interludes, General Walker turned the gavel over to General John D. Gordon, commander of the association. These were his words, as relayed to us in the minutes of the meeting. My comrades, I know that every heart in this presence will echo the sentiment I am about to utter. I feel in my own heart a disposition to sing praises to God who has preserved us. Before we open this convention for work, I ask that we stand in united singing the doxology, and they sang. Step away from the microphone. There would have been no microphone. I'm going to sing this in slow, forward, quarter note, upbeat. One, two, three. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Timely suggestion and met with instantaneous and hearty response. Check. Everyone joined in the tender refrain and soon it grew in volume until it sounded like a chorus of 1,000 well-trained voices. Well done, brothers.
Thank you. You may be seated now. At this time, I'd like to invite Pastor Commander Jamie Graham to the stage to introduce our honored guest, and he will also lead us in our pledges. Good morning, sons of Confederate veterans and guests.
Good morning.
Good morning. Y'all did that a little bit quiet. Let's try it again. Good morning, sons of Confederate veterans and guests. Good morning. We got to wake up the low country. All right, our first guest, member of the South Carolina House of Representatives, President and CEO of the Calvin Smith Funeral Home here in the Low Country. He's a member of the Huntley Commission and a native South Carolinian. District 99, Representative Mark Smith.
Good morning and welcome again to the Low Country. We're delighted to have all of you here with us here today. And to think we're here at the celebrating the 129th annual Sons of Confederate Veterans National Regional Reunion is really quite humbling when you think about the many years, the transition of leadership, and just how the fight, the focus, and the commitment remains today as it ever was. On behalf of our governor, Henry McMaster, my colleague in the upper chamber, of course, our very own South Carolina true patriot, Senator Danny Burton, all the members of the South Carolina General Assembly, welcome and thank you for being here today. Let's also not forget to thank our staff, the volunteers, and donors who made this event possible as well. Thank you to each of you. You know, I was talking to Senator Danny Burton and Randy earlier and many others. I was reminded during these challenging times in our country when we each think it can't get much crazier, right? And we see things like an attempted assassination happen at a political rally. As our forefathers taught and told us, and we remind our family and children today, we must remain vigilant. Thank you to each and every one of you for your membership and your attendance here today. Thank you for your commitment and focus on your mission that clearly states It is the duty of the South Carolina Confederate veterans to defend the Confederate soldiers who remain and to ensure that the true history of the South is presented to current and future generations. Y'all, simply put, from a little boy from Bamberg, South Carolina, 5th generation South Carolinian, just working hard every day to make a difference, to do as much good as I can, everywhere as I can, for as long as I can, like many of you. Let's continue to work hard together, staying vigilant, as I mentioned, never cowering, and always willing to get in the arena to take a stand and support for what is right, for what is just, and to never kowtow and bend to the liberal left who wants us to erase our history and tell us that we should be ashamed. We say hell no.
Hell no.
I'm proud to join our governor, our Senate members, and many in the South Carolina State House who haven't lost their kahunas and will say very clearly and boldly, not under my watch. I can promise and commit to be, I'll continue to do any and everything I can to make sure my grandfather, your fathers, your grandfathers, and many generations' reputation remain as beautiful as it ever was and should be and will always remain. God bless you guys. Welcome to Low Country. Keep up the good work.
Our next guest is a lifelong resident of South Carolina and is one of ours. He served the South Carolina Division Commander from 1998 to 2000. He was first elected to South Carolina Senate in 2000 and represents Orange and Greenville County. He currently also serves as the chairman of the Hunting Commission. My friend, Senator Eddie Burke.
Thank you, Commander. And to the Good Samaritan who found these words in this folder, thank you. I don't know who it is. One of you put it in Randy Burns' hands, and I really appreciate it because we worked hard to get these good words from His Excellency Henry Darden the Master, and I didn't memorize them. And I appreciate Mark also. Appreciate you, brother. And as we represent to you the face of the state of the public of South Carolina, I want to add my words as well. And I really think nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina with our compatriots this morning. It's a real joy to see you. I hope to make reacquaintances with. Honestly, I don't know where you are, Chuck Michael. I went past you about 10 minutes ago. Got 5 feet past you, and I heard your voice, and I said, I remember him. But I've been away too long, but I hope that this is a great week for you. Before I forget it, fuel up. Those of you that drove, fuel your cars down here. Look, our gas, our fuel supply comes in on a boat down here. You can fuel fairly cheaply. You know, we have the lowest gas tax in the southeast still, even though we got a tremendous increase in the tax. And if you head north and west out here, top off your tanks before you leave. And for those of you that are vendors, please don't get upset with me right now. Spend a lot of money for these vendors out here while you're here. And then after you patronize them around, empty your pockets while you're in South Carolina. Don't leave here until your pockets are turned inside out. Cash cards, debit cards, credit cards, Venmo cards, PayPal, checkbook, cash money. Get it out. But make sure you get your fuel tank full before. That's the last thing you do. All right. Now this is no reflection on our dear friend Henry the Master. You know, Henry, did he get to speak at the National Convention in 16 or 20? I think it was 16. Henry got up there and played the best Southern drawl out there that we had heard in a long time. You know, we've got this general American dialect now, but we have a governor who's hanging right in there with that other governor from Arkansas. And I just love when a public official still has a distinctive Southern accent. Of course, you know, we have a peculiar political disease here in South Carolina. It doesn't matter if you're governor, United States senator, or you get elected dog catcher in South Carolina. You think you can make president of the United States. From Henry. Dear friends, on behalf of the people of South Carolina, my wife Peggy and I are pleased to welcome you to the Carolina State for the 129th annual reunion of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. South Carolina has an incomparable cultural and natural heritage, abundant natural resources, and a prosperous economy that makes us the envy of others and attractive to all. Explorers for kings and queens marveled at our mountains, beaches, sea islands, and marshes. We must endeavor to honor, preserve, and be good stewards of that which we have been given. I hope that you take advantage of the warm hospitality of the Low Country and the historic city of Charleston during your stay. And we hope to see you again. Yours very truly, Henry Master. I was just contemplating earlier this morning the Latin motto inscribed on our state seal. Left tablet, right tablet, left tablet. Animus Ubisque Parati. Prepared and mind and resources. I think the mission you set forth here for yourselves and for those that come after. And then do spiro spero. While I breathe, I hope. We're still breathing. We're still hoping. I got moved by the inclusions. First one I've been to, of course, I missed a bunch, but the inclusion, the doxology, praising God. And then I was thinking of the motto of our Confederate forebears, Deo Indicate. I've heard the testimonies. I see it living in you. I know that in honor of your fathers, and in service to your sons and your sons' sons, you live and practice the fact that our hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. We trust in no other sweet frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. Dum spiro spero, Deo Indicate.
And next, we have Mrs. Rosie Marlar, South Carolina President of the Board of Confederate Voters.
On behalf of the Confederation of State Societies of the Order of Confederate Rose, as well as South Carolina Society of Order of Confederate Rose, we welcome everyone to the great state of South Carolina this weekend. We ask that you make use of everything you see, all the history that's around us here, and by all means, be kind to each other.
Next, Mr. James Alderman for the Order of the Southern Cross.
Well, some tough acts to follow here, you know. First of all, I'd like to thank Commander Spears for his staff and inviting me to come bring greetings. We have a lot of OSC members out here in the audience. I won't ask you to raise your hands, but for For those of you that are here, I want to just point out one of our restoration projects is over here next to the wall. And we're giving credit to that restoration. I want to thank you personally for your efforts over the past 2 years, Commander Shearer, for bringing our Southern Heritage groups together to discuss common issues. This effort has enhanced our working relationships and overall communications. So thank you for that. Now, on behalf of the Order of the Southern Cross, I sincerely want to wish everyone in attendance a great reunion and plenty of Southern fellowship. Please allow me to give you an update on our grants program since our meeting in Hot Springs last year. In my report, at the 2023 SCV reunion, we awarded, since that report, we have awarded 9 camp grants totaling $46,000, plus a special grant to the National Confederate Museum of $23,000 for a total of $69,000. And then on the other side of it, the UDC chapters and OSD chapters and local museums received another $40,000, bringing the grand total of grants to the Southern Heritage Group to a little over $100,000. We look forward to seeing an additional request this year from many of the camp's presidents. The Order of the Southern Cross values the relationship between our organizations more so now than any other time in our country's history. As I said earlier, we're working together and brought us a better understanding of the issues that our organizations face during the trying period in our current history. We look forward to a continued relationship and encourage the camps that make up the Confederation to continue utilizing our grants program. And that is, you'll see it every month in our every month, but in each issue of the Confederate Veteran is an ad for the Order of the Southern Cross grants program. So thank you. Appreciate your support.
Our next is Past Commander, Military Order of Stars and Bars, Commander Johnny Hawk from Texas.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you, Commander, for inviting me this year to bring greetings from the Military Order of Stars and Bars. I'm the immediate past commander. Commander Thomas Rhodes had a family problem, and I got informed yesterday that I needed to be here this morning at 8 o'clock to address this esteemed organization. So I'm quite proud to be here. Thank you for inviting the Military Order of Stars and Bars to bring greetings. We're doing well. The order is growing. We're strong. We're dedicated. We're ready to stand with the SCV, the UDC, and any heritage organization who's willing in this day and age to stand up and fight for the heritage of our ancestors. We have an opportunity this year, and I'm not going to talk to you about politics. You can vote for whoever you want to. But I think our nation is at a turning point. I think this is an opportunity to change the direction of our country. And as Southerners and Confederates who have seen our statues torn down, our flags desecrated, we have to save America from itself before we can save our Southern heritage. And what our Southern ancestors fought for, and what we as Southerners and descendants of those great men believe, are the principles that I believe that will turn this country around and put it back on the track where it needs to be. So, thank you once again for letting me be here. It's an honor to address this organization, and we look forward to working with you over the next years to protect our heritage. Thank you. Good day.
Oh, South Carolina Division Commander, Barry Smith.
Good morning, everyone. If you haven't gathered already, we South Carolinians are very proud of ourselves. We're very proud of our state, and I am one of our state's biggest cheerleaders. And so, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the South Carolina Division, Sons of Confederate Veterans, I welcome you to the holy city, the cradle of the Confederacy, and the South Carolina Lowcountry. You are now on hallowed ground. A ground rich in history and stained by the blood of countless generations of men and women who cultivated and defended it. As a result, the native South Carolinians have a very independent but hospitable mindset, which you will witness during your visit. So I'm here to warn you. Okay? So when you run into some neighbors, and there aren't as many of us around anymore, we have this kind of an attitude. For over 350 years, we have been defending our God-given rights here against forces both foreign and domestic. And in so doing, have created a unique culture that exists to this day. Southern culture, as you know, started here in 1670 with the first settlers from the plantations of Barbados. Yes, Barbados, not from England. They were the second sons of plantation owners, and they came here to establish their own plantations, indigo and rice. Over time, they were successful and created a very, very rich economy in Charlestown. And Charlestown was the richest city and cultural center of the New World until 1861. Wonder why? We are very proud descendants of men and women who successfully fought the Spanish, the French, the Tusker War, the Empire, all before there was a United States. By the time July the 4th of 1776 arrived, South Carolina had already established itself as a country and had successfully defeated the English at the Battle of Fort Sullivan, where 1,000 South Carolinian men defeated the mightiest naval power the world had seen at that point. The men of South Carolina went on to fight in over 200 engagements within our state's borders during the First American Revolution. Men like Colonel William Moultrie, General Sumter, Pickens, Hampton, and especially my childhood hero, General Francis Marion, the Swamp Fox. So, these men turned the course of the war, and after the Battle of Kings Mountain and Cowpens, these men, our great-grandfathers, chased Lord Cornwallis out of our state and all the way to Yorktown where he surrendered. With all due respect, if it were not for South Carolina and the men during the American Revolution, there would not have been the United States of America. Period. Please keep in mind that we are not a selfish and self-centered people. We truly are not. We're very hospitable. We welcome everybody here. And our ancestors have assisted many southern states in their time of need. Where are my brothers and sisters from Texas? Let me hear you. We have often been compared to Texas for our attitude and our independence and our pride of our state. And it is proper, it is very proper, given the fact that we lost 7 South Carolinians in the Little Battle of Alabama in 1836. One of these was Lieutenant Colonel William Barrett Travis, the commander
at the Battle of Alabama. There's a South Carolina from an hour and a half. We defended our brother states on, excuse me, on December 24th, 1860. South Carolina declared its independence once again from an overbearing national government. On April 12, 1861, in an effort to take our money, control of the country, and to end the Great Republic, U.S. President Lincoln sent the Star of the West to Charleston Harbor, knowing full well that our ancestors would not, for one moment, hesitate to defend our beloved state and country. Lincoln lacked the courage to fire that first shot. South Carolina did not. The grandsons of the men who fought and died against the British now pull companions against the Union in defense of our country and culture once again. You know the rest of the story of these recent unpleasantries. These are a few of the many, many ways South Carolina to this day is an independent and proud culture of Southern people. So if you run into a native during your visit here and they seem a bit proud of our state, please understand that they descend from men and women who like to start wars in the morning and sit in tulips at night. We are South Carolina, and we welcome you, our brothers and sisters, to our wonderful state and the city of Charleston. God bless you, South Carolina, and Dixie. I would like to introduce to you President Herring of the United Daughters of the Confederacy, South Carolina Division.
Wow, I have to follow that act. Commander Chief, on behalf of the members of the South Carolina Division, United Daughters of the Confederacy, it is an honor to bring you greetings and to welcome you to the Palmetto State and to this historic city of Charleston. In the words of Commander Bushears, we need to harmonize when it comes to honoring the memory of those who served and those who fell in the service of the Confederate States as we carry out the objects and or purpose of our respective organizations. I believe this harmony will be evident during this reunion, as some of our South Carolina Division UDC chapters are assisting with a number of the events on the schedule, including tours of the Confederate Museum, the ladies' T&L Medal Fashion Show, the debutante presentation in Grand Hall, and as vendors. This officer wishes to thank the SCV for including the children of the Confederacy and the Confederate veteran. This is a way to strengthen bonds between our heritage organizations and to increase membership in the children of the Confederacy. President General CFC Caroline Tucker of South Carolina could not be here to bring greetings as she is presiding over the children of the Confederacy's General Convention in Knoxville, Tennessee, where they will be celebrating the 70th anniversary of the organization. But I know that it has been an honor for her to be able to submit articles for publication in the Confederate veteran. My hope is that the actions and sacrifices of our Confederate ancestors continue to teach generations of the future the story of the matchless, unfading, and undying honor which they, the Confederate soldiers, won. Thank you for the invitation to take part in the 129th Annual Sons of Confederate Veterans National Reunion here in North Charleston. This officer is truly honored to be in attendance, and on behalf of the South Carolina Daughters, we wish you a very successful reunion as you attend to the business at hand, and we hope that you enjoy your time here in the Palmetto State. Thank you, and I'll echo Senator Burton. Praise God.
And next,
SCV speaker, organizations have been doing a great deal to work together. August 23rd of 2023, we held a meeting at the general headquarters in which the Order of Southern Cross was there, Military Order of Stars and Bars, SCV, UDC, and Children of the Confederacy. And at that moment, I met Caroline Tucker. Caroline Tucker has been an amazing young lady. She has written articles for our magazine. Have you seen her articles in our magazine? She tells me that has greatly helped their organization in recruiting. Since she could not be here, I asked her if she would want to send a welcome or have somebody to read it. While I was visiting in South Carolina, when we had the memorial service in Summerlin, I asked her father, Tom Tucker, a South Carolina SCV member, if he would be willing to read my greeting to the Children of the Confederacy. So as I'm reading her greeting, her father is reading my greeting to them. And this is what she had to say. Greetings from the SCV National Union, Ms. Caroline Tucker, President General, Children of the Confederacy, 2023 to 2024. Commander Boshears, officers, members, and guests, I deeply regret that I cannot be here in person with you all today to bring greetings on behalf of the General Organization, Children of the Confederacy. If it were not for the COC General Convention being held at the same time in Tennessee, I would be thrilled to be in Charleston with you all. Working with the Sons of Confederate Veterans this year has been one of the greatest highlights of my time in the Children of the Confederacy. In August of 2023, shortly after I was elected to the office of President General, I was invited to a meeting of the Southern Heritage Organization leaders at the General Headquarters in Elm Springs. There, I was able to meet for the second time Commander-in-Chief, Mr. Jason Boshears, who has become a very dear friend and mentor of mine. It was at that meeting when the SCV offered me an opportunity to write articles for each edition of the Confederate Veteran magazine. This opportunity has been such a blessing to our organization. The Children of the Confederacy is small, with only about 1,000 members nationwide. We lose more members every year due to aging out. The support we have received from the SCV this year has helped us so much with expanding our outreach. We're gaining new members because of the articles in the Confederate Veteran, and we are thankful for that. Working with Commander Boshears this year has been an absolute pleasure. His commitment to keeping our Confederate heritage alive is very strong and evident. He has greatly encouraged the Children of the Confederacy with his support this year. I would like to express my deepest thanks to him for everything he has done for our organization. In conclusion, I would like to encourage you all there are still young people out there who love their history and are excited to fight alongside of you and preserve the Confederate ancestors' legacy. The Children of the Confederacy may be small at present, but we are still working hard to honor our ancestors. I would like to strongly encourage each of you to help get the young people you know involved in our organization. The COC is open to lineal Confederate descendants between the ages of birth to 18. Young men in the SCV are eligible for dual membership in both COC and SCV. Lastly, I would like to thank Commander Boshears and the men of the SCV once again for all their hard work and support this year. And I'm so thankful that the Lord gave me the opportunity to work alongside of you in defending our Confederate heritage. Thank you for allowing me to bring your greetings today. May the Lord bless you all, and I wish you a very successful reunion. Respectfully, Caroline B. Tucker, President General, Children of the Confederacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand. Join me. Let the ladies and gentlemen flag. flag is over to your left. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You remaining pledge to our beloved Confederate flag.
Confederate flag, affection, reverence, and undying devotion to the cause for which it stands.
Gentlemen, charge, sons of Confederate veterans. To you, sons of Confederate veterans, we will submit dedication to the cause for which we fought. To your strength will be given the defense of the Confederate soldier's good name, the guardianship of his history, the emulation of his virtues, the perpetuation of those principles which he loved, which made him glorious, which you also cherish. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, it is your duty to see that the truth of the South is presented to future generations. This was given to us by Lieutenant General Stephen Dale Lee, Commander General, United Confederate Veterans, New Orleans, Louisiana, 1906. Thank you. You may be seated.
Okay, before I call the honor guard, we'll do a little housekeeping. First of all, these large, beautiful flags are on display here. They're on loan from Mr. Rick Patrick. Rick is a local historian and an author. He also has a vendor table out here. If you get a chance, stop by and talk with Rick. He has a lot of knowledge of what went on in April 1861. Sadly, it's just the flag of the Empire that flies over Fort Sumter now. 3-inch cannon over here is on loan from Macbeth Light Artillery. The Williams cannon in front of me, it was donated by a friend of mine, Denny Slay, great patriot, also a member of Secession Camp. I'd like to thank all these men for helping with these decorations. Now about the hotel accommodations. I do understand the frustration, but I want you to know this is the only place in Charleston to house 500 people. This is the only place that will allow these flags to be displayed. So this is what we've got, and we're glad you came in spite of all the problems. My ancestor Luke Woods survived bullets, bombs, the horrors of war. He suffered through dysentery in 1864, went back to the battle, and was paroled at Appomattox. Walked home to Georgia to find nothing but a chimney standing where the Yankees burned his house. If he could survive that, we could survive this hotel. Thank you. Color guard, post the colors. be seated. Commander Bushears, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone, again. I would like to begin by thanking Mr. Rick Little here. Mr. Rick Little, he has been around for like, and I want to thank him for all the work that he has put into this. This has been 2 or 3 years of hard work and dedication, and I appreciate everything he's done. And if any of y'all have ever put on any one of these events, you'll know that there's all this stuff that happens at the very last minute. And you spend your time herding cats. Now, I've never tried to herd cats, but I'm guessing because I have tried to put one of these on before. And I want you to know that I appreciate you. And I also appreciate everyone from Secession Camp number 4 for all their hard work, because none of this just falls out of the sky. People work to make this happen. I would like to thank everyone for coming and giving greetings. I have seen many of you over the years, and I consider your organizations to be wonderful. The UDC, I cannot even begin to thank the United Daughters of the Confederacy for the work they have done since, before the war was ever over. These mothers, these daughters, these sweethearts, they worked to collect these items because they did not want the sacrifices to be forgotten. Yes, we're going to give you these things. They did not want the sacrifices forgotten. They saw too many of their husbands, brothers, sons walk off. Never to know what happened to them. And they did not want the sacrifices forgotten. I have driven a lot, I've traveled a lot, and I don't think I have ever gone through a county, or very few counties, that did not have a memorial from the United Daughters of the Confederacy. I love the daughters. Thank you, daughters. Military Order Stars and Bars. I'm now the Tennessee Society Commander. I feel sorry for you. It is my honor to work with that organization. They have been a great organization. They have come and they visited Elm Springs, and they have done a fantastic job, and it's my honor to work with them. And I am honored to be a member of the Order of Southern Cross. I see the work that these men are doing and the effort they put into funding all these projects. It is a worthwhile endeavor, and they are a wonderful group of men for everything they put on. And I would like to ask, we have a very special guest. I met this man not too long ago when him and his wife visited the museum and made a wonderful donation to that museum. This gentleman is a past commander-in-chief, and he told me this morning that I am the 29th commander-in-chief since he left office. Mr. Dr. Norman Dassinger, would you please stand? Dr. Norman Dassinger was commander-in-chief in 1994 through 1996. I'm the 29th since he left office. The Kennedys heard him say that. They go, well, I'll let the Kennedys tell you what they said. I'm not putting words in their mouth. I'm just going to go ahead and ask this, since I mentioned Dr. Dassinger. Would all the past commanders and chiefs please stand? Thank you, gentlemen. We're now going to, this is the end of opening ceremonies. I want to thank everybody for being here. I love the parade of flags. I noticed the first flag through was succession count number 4, and they had enough streamers on it, it had to weigh at least 20 pounds. As this ends, we'll be going into our business session. You have to be a member in good standing of the Sons of Confederate Veterans to be able to attend the business session. I want to thank everybody for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Everybody go and let's enjoy the day, and the business session will start in 10 minutes. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed this coverage of the Sons of Confederate Veterans opening ceremonies at the National Reunion. We had a bunch of great speeches. Of course, the UDC, CFC, OCR, MOSB Order of Southern Cross, as well as some dignitaries from the South Carolina legislature. So really happy that we've had that. For everybody who's tuning in post, we appreciate you watching everything that we've done. Tune in tonight around probably 9 o'clock. If I have to guess, I'm going to definitely say time. But I'm going to assume about 9 o'clock. We'll have our end of the day wrap up on everything with the first day of National Reunion. We're about to go into the business session that we cannot broadcast, but we will do reporting on that. On behalf of SCV Chat, this is GCB signing off.